Hi everyone, you're watching Jana FX, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. As usual, unfortunately, sorry I could not make video previous week as I was away, and I still had few trades, but it's summer now, and many of you who follow my videos for a very long time, you do know that usually I don't even trade in summer. So, and pretty much this year was a bit crazy for me. Again, I had a few travels. I went to US, then I went to Russia, then I went to Bulgaria, back to Russia again, then I went to Gibraltar, now I'm in Spain for a few weeks, and then I will be back to Russia again. So anyway, if you really like to see where I am and what I'm doing, my travel videos are at my other channel, Jana Travels, and so you can go and see what I'm doing, okay? When I'm not trading. Well, anyway, I'm trading and travel and do other things at the same time, everything. So, but it's not always possible to be at the screen all the time to do a lot of trades. So that's why I'm saying at least maybe 1 or 2 trades a week I'm still trying to get. So, and hopefully for the next few weeks I will be able to do more trades because I'm in a very nice and quiet area in Spain, and I will have few weeks in here, and so hopefully I can do a little bit more work. So, and concentrate on lots of things. Okay, so let's go back to work and to our Forex forecast, and I'm starting as usual with euro-dollar. Okay, so I'm not going to right now explain you the previous week's trades, and let's just concentrate on what I will be looking at this coming week. So right now you can see this. Well, let's just go bigger chart again. I like to show you on the bigger chart. You can see the main picture and just a little bit again what it was previously. If you haven't followed the videos, if you first time, and but for some of you who does, you see anyway the main picture what was happening and what to possibly expect. So we have euro dollar reminding again, right? We had a big drop and we have a bit of consolidation as expected. Okay, if you watch the videos, you do remember what I was telling you about. After that, I would expect a consolidation, a movement around this important level, and this is exactly what's happening right now. So you see, it's nothing unexpected. It's exactly as expected. We do have at this moment, by the look of it, it's creation of the triangle. Okay, so I did draw these levels, as you can see. Bear in mind, of course, this main level and a possible level of the channel. Okay, uptrend channel. So this is the bigger picture. It's a daily chart, so you can see again. This is exactly as what it looks like, a bit of consolidation, which I was telling you that after that consolidation, then probably we are going to have a big movement. Okay, so again, on the bigger picture, remember we have head and shoulders, and still my first expectation would be after we will possibly create a triangle, there will be breakout and creation of the shoulder. Okay, so that would be the first thing I would think of, but of course you never know, and of course at the same time the market might go break down, right, break the level and go down the other way. So, but the first thing first, again on the weekly chart, so you can see what I'm trying to tell you about, right? We have head and we have shoulder, and that's why we have all of this consolidation in here, because market doesn't know if it wants to go up and have a correction of the big drop and give a shoulder, or it might just have a bit of slowing down, accumulate a little bit energy, and then continue the way down again. So, but at this moment we are inside the triangle, and on a smaller picture, so the really good trades, they were like here. Remember, it's, you see again all of the levels I was giving you, it was pretty much everything around the levels. If you follow the strategy I used in trade, so you would know this would be a very nice your entry point. Okay, and then it would be another entry point here. So right now on the smaller chart, because usually I trade euro dollars, you know, on the 15-minute chart, 30 minutes and 1 hour. I don't go further on a bigger chart, but depends on the situation in the market right now. I prefer a little bit on a bigger charts, like you see 30 minutes or 1 hour chart instead of 15-minute chart. So, and with this moment right now, okay, so I would just wait again for a small consolidation just to get into the trade, because we have this in triangle, one of the tops, right? So this was the entry point, and I would expect this continue, of course, down and give us the bottom, okay, as a triangle. You never know, right? Okay, so I would just wait if for any possibility to go into the trade for some consolidation, and then if it's going to be a very narrow and small channel, then possibly, of course, it might go back up. So it could be a small trade up and at the same time go down, continue the way down. So this would be the first point, looking at the entry point, okay, because we do have enough distance. If the market will, if the opening of the market, the movement will just continue its way, for example, up, then of course I would wait for it to go back to this area and give me any consolidation around this area, okay? It might be underneath it, maybe higher, maybe right in the middle, so around this area. And of course, if it will go down, then anywhere slowing down around maybe this area, because you see it's a lot of space to go down still, and a lot of space will be turning around. So then I would wait for something giving me around here. So that's pretty much with euro dollar, quite easy to look for. So, and of course, don't forget about the news, right? Okay, so financial, political, economical news, just check the calendar and make the notes in your diary. Okay, so I'm not paying attention, I'm not giving you any, because I don't want to spend much time, and as you have been following my videos, you should know where to look for the news events. Where to look for them. So now we're going to pound dollar, and the same thing with pound dollar. After this big drop, we have a bit of consolidation, right? So it's sitting around the level of the uptrend channel. If we will go into a weekly chart, as you can see, it's kind of sits on that level. It's not well, it's kind of slightly lower, but it's not breaking it as much, so it's still consolidating here a little bit. It's pretty much as expected. I was hoping it will be between the levels, but no, it's trying to sit right around the level, slightly below it. And of course, we still have a bit of the possible shoulder and possible head, and a possibility of creating, so from here maybe going up a bit and giving a bit of the shoulder again, okay? Of course, at the same time, it might not be, it maybe just will consolidate a bit and then continue the way down. But at this moment, we're still in the same area. And this is what I would be looking for on the smaller charts, of course, to see where to try to get for the trade. And again, as you can see, it's pretty much messy. And just any small consolidations around this area, again, it's a 4-hour chart. Let's go on a 1-hour chart. Again, I'm saying 4 hours is a bit too big, a bit wide. So you see in here, we had in 1-hour chart, you have a bit of the channel, again, a bit wide. This was an entry point. And so here, it's a little bit balancing around this area. So that's what I'm saying. I would expect if it would be a bit small channel, maybe very narrow, then it's possible, again, it might go back up. So it could be a trade, okay, so one of the entry points, or go down, so pending orders, right, buy and sell. And if it will not consolidate here, maybe it will continue with the opening the market, and then just, you see, just something like this will maybe consolidate around this area slightly higher, and the wider channel it could be, once again. So then I will be looking around this area, and once again, it might break and go up, stop by this level, okay, again, or go back down and continue the way down. So that would be the first possible entry points for me. That's where I will be looking at. And of course, depends how big the news are going to be, any news, wherever it's going to be this next week, the strength of the movement. Of course, if it will go up, we still have the areas. And then, of course, if it will go down somewhere in the middle, stopping, slowing down. So this I will be looking for the next entry points, but starting from this area, okay? So that's pound dollar. Now going to dollar yen. So let's have a little bit closer at this pair, because remember I was telling you about pattern which called diamond pattern, where I was telling you the quite a lot of people expecting a diamond patterns and walking and continuing going as well, it was uptrend, right? So it would be an opposite downtrend. But like I was saying to you, always saying, it's not always the fact, but you can use the levels, okay? So instead of expecting it to go down as a diamond, for example, pattern, but breaking the important level of it, it might continue the way the trend, okay? So, and that's exactly what happened. So the level you could use, okay? So that was the good entry level for entry points, okay, from that level, pending orders to buy. So, and then on the smaller chart, if you would see on when it come out from the like a possible pennant, right? So it wasn't not pennant, the diamond. Then you see it started to create a bit of the pennant. Okay, so that's where you could draw. Like I'm saying, I didn't make a video previous week, but this is where you could draw, and then it would be your entry for this movement. Okay, so as you see, I have this level which didn't go back inside the diamond pattern, but it's created a bit of the pennant here, a little bit of the triangle, and this is where your movement was. Okay, you got all this news happening. So what we have now, you see, it's broke a very important level here. So now we're going back into the bigger picture, because we do have a quite important moment right now, a very strong level, but it's been stopped by another very strong level right here. So now I would expect, if there wouldn't be extremely important big news or something, then it could possibly just slow down and consolidate a little bit around this level. Okay, but of course, if it will break it, I would say even like maybe looking at these little tops, let's just I'll show you like that. Possibly if it will go up and will be trying to break this area, then I would think after that breaking this area, it could have potentially quite strong movement. So that would give the road all the way up and continue the way up. But right now it did not break this. I mean, it did break that strong level, but it's still inside the this level. So maybe a bit of consolidation around here. So that's what I would expect. And after that, a possible movement. Of course, it might come back into this area. It might come back into here. Then I would be looking at these levels. But right now, we're here looking at that level. So right now, this level is into the view, let's say. So attention to that level. Okay, so at this moment, on the smaller chart, because we go for smaller charts, right, smaller trades. So here, anything around this level creation, maybe again it will give a bit of a pennant, right? It could be triangle a bit, maybe it will be double top. Okay, so anything around here, so obviously if it will be double top, maybe it will go a little bit higher. Then you can draw, okay, this week, so you can draw that level, and then painting orders from that level possibly go up. And of course, at the same time, no, it doesn't matter, wherever is going to give you here, maybe double tops you have, or triangle or pennant, and you have at the bottom, and to the next level you have a little bit 20 something, maybe it could go low. Just bear in mind that it could be stopped by this level. Okay, so just don't forget to protect yourself. It could possibly just have a small movement here, a little bit maybe lower, so then it's possible to place the orders again. Okay, so but very close, this level is extremely close, you need to be a little bit careful with that level. So that's it. Maybe of course it will go down straight away if the market opens. It might not sit around this level, might not go higher, it might just sit between these two levels. Okay, so if it might create a bit of the flag. Okay, who knows, it might be, but I would that's what my expectation would be first, is that area, and any pennants, any patterns around this area. Okay, either channel, or maybe a flag, or maybe triangle, or double top. So that's what I would be looking at. But once again, I would say probably for the best, it would be if it would actually be between these two, not just placing the orders, because that's, like I'm saying, it's very close, this one. If it will break that one, go back down here, then I would be more comfortable with this than placing the orders just from around this area, from that level, and be stopped by this, and not getting the at least even 10 pips, not possible. It could be so. In maybe wider, but between these two levels. So that would be my first possible looking for entry points on dollar yen. So now we're going to Australian dollar. Okay, a bigger chart once again. You can see all the levels. It's all sitting between the levels I had. Underneath a little bit of the uptrend channel, so you can see that's our uptrend channel. So it sits around here, still looking a little bit like we have shoulder. Okay, and possible we have head. So maybe it is a creation of head, and then maybe it will give us the shoulder at some point. But right now we're in this area and between the levels, and we are inside the downtrend channel. Okay, that little downtrend channel underneath the big uptrend channel. So this is our area at this moment, and that's what I'm saying, possible creation of the head. And lots of entry points. You see that previous week, a very good, very nice one, which I gave you the levels 2 weeks ago, and a little bit of entry point here could be, so just a little bit running around. So right now we're here, and on a smaller chart, 1 hour chart, again, if you look at it, we do have from here, you see, you can either go up back to the uptrend level, we stop by this, right? It can go at the same time down to this area again. So if it will give something small around this area, like not very a wide channel, and possible to as a first entry point, okay, looking at that. Of course, if not, if it will move with the opening market and then just continue its way, let's say back to this area, then looking for any consolidation around that level. You see like something similar, channel, whatever, triangle, anything. And at the same time, it might go just down and then give and create something around this area. So that would be my 3 points of looking for entry points for Australian dollar. So that was quite easy. Now we're going to dollar Canadian. So, well, remember we had a bit of a double top here and the breaking point. This was the entry point, a couple of weeks ago. And after that, remember again, I warned you that it might not continue the way down, okay? Even if it's a double top, that it can go back or a bit of consolidation before it will decide where it wants to continue go. So based on this, we had a little bit of the good consolidation in here a week previous, not the previous week, the week before, and that would have been the entry point, and then it's coming back in the same area, went up again. You see another trade, and so giving you a little bit more details, and then it's slowing down around this area again. So for me, for example, for this coming week, I would see if it will go back into this area. Okay, and maybe a slow down around here a little bit and giving the channel. So that could possibly be an entry point, okay? But need to be a little bit more careful because we do have at this moment this consolidation is looking pretty much like a straight channel because you have the top here, right? So that's why going up, we do have about 60 pips. So if it will consolidate in here, then it's good 60 pips up. And going down, it could be tricky. Again, it's a little bit 60 pips if it will have the same bottom, but you never know, it might be a little bit high. So that's what I'm saying, you need to be a little bit careful because it could be turning into a small pennant. Okay, so it might not be as straight. So it could, you know, go like this. You never know, right? Instead of going straight, it might go up like that and give a bit of the pennant narrowing down, and then it will make its move. Who knows, it might go back up again, depends what the news are going to be, or continue the way down. So but that's the first to look at. Just bear in mind with the bottom, okay? So might not go all the way, so protect yourself as usual, just like I do. First 10 pips and try to protect yourself, and afterwards just use a trailing stop or well, target areas, but I'd rather prefer to use trailing stops or just move stop in a safe position. So that's what I would be looking at, okay? So if it will jump again, right, so then of course I would see and would rather like it to go back into this area and possible using these levels, okay? Might not be inside like it was previously very nicely, but something around here and slowing down and giving something, okay? Anything. So, and on the bigger picture, if you would look at it, of course, like I was saying before, it would look more that if it will consolidate here, it should turn around, right, and go down as we are in a downtrend channel. But at the same time, a bigger picture, if you will not forget about it, right, that's why we need bigger picture. This could be a bullish flag. So of course, if it will go back up here, it might be a breaking point for the market go up. So that's why it's always better, in my opinion, to have pending orders buy and sell and not expect it to go just one direction. So that's what I'm saying. If it will go back here, and then possibly this could be the next target area, okay, if it will go up. So that could be the next target area where it could be a consolidation, maybe even breaking it and then coming back, but around here. But first we're looking at this area, okay? So that's the first possible entry points. Back in here is that yellow orangey square, so that's what I'm expecting to come in here, and possibly, unless of course it might have a small channel around here, but like I'm saying, in these conditions right now, it's summertime and with all the news are coming up, it could be very wide. You see, like right now, it's a lot of pairs creating quite wide patterns and wide channels. So this dollar card now going to euro pound. And again, once again, look at that. Nothing unexpected happened. So we reached the high top of the downtrend channel level, and we are sitting around here for now. So, and again, let's have a look at bigger picture. What a possible expectation here. Of course, you see now I would rather to see if it will sit in here for a while and then use that level as possibility might break it and go up, and this level possibility breaking and go down. Of course, not all the way down, all the way up. It's just a big picture just to show you where we are. So it could be an area for a movement which I was waiting for. Like I was saying, I like to, when it gets to very important levels, instead of sitting between somewhere in the middle. So, and from here right now, obviously you can see it's a very wide again, okay, and if it will break that level, then it's possible it can be stopped again by this level, okay. So if you will go for something breaking this level, and then just remember, protect yourself in here, and then depends if there will be any important news for euro pound. And of course at the same time going and breaking this level, okay, going to next level. So for me, okay, where I am with this, I will not place my orders just from that level or from that level, that's for sure. It's very wide for me. I would rather wait this to go, for example, to this level, right, and consolidate around this level, maybe a little bit break it, but giving me something around this area. That's what I would prefer better, okay. And this is where I would be looking to place my orders again, buy and a possible go up there somewhere, of course protecting myself, and sell, protecting myself again at that level, and then continue, for example, next level, and who knows, like it will be of course some a possible pullbacks, you know, continue. So but that would be my preferred area again, is giving me something around here, okay, up that important level. So that way I would like to go, not risking it just to place orders from one or another. So that's my view at euro pound. So now we're going to gold, and gold, as expected, once again what it did is continued the way down. So you can see the movement pretty much finished, right, moved and touched the bottom level of the uptrend channel. It's not visible on the smaller charts, as you can see, but on the bigger chart we pretty much touched it. So as expected. Now of course expectation would be small consolidation around this area, okay. So well, you can see the bigger picture, of course. With the technical analysis, the view of here, you would expect that finally turn around now and to have a bit of correction, right, recovery, because it was a huge drop, but you never know, okay. So you never know, so that's why I would go and look for the smaller charts. So in here you can see we're still a little bit away from this level, and so consolidation, we'll see, right, where it's going to happen. Maybe it will move a little bit more here without any consolidation. Maybe it will move straight away here and then start to have a consolidation around this area. Maybe it will start consolidate here, or maybe it will be very wide, who knows. But I'll just wait for any consolidation. You see that here I'm showing you a bit of pennant, okay, really nice one, yeah, right. We had a moving up, then pennant, and then had a good move up, right. And well, it's 4-hour chart. You can see it on 1-hour chart much better. Yeah, here we go, and that's a beautiful pennant and this beautiful trade. So well, from that, to catch this trade is maybe not would have been as easy unless possible to just draw that level and see that as a little bit of, you can see it that way now, right, when you have a bit of looking like a channel, then it could be your next entry point for this downtrend, okay. So sell from here. So it's quite possible, could have done this if you would see it, but not that was more visible pennant was that one, okay. So just trying to show you again what to look for, okay, when you are looking at the chart, empty chart, and you don't know where to draw. You see, that's what you do, okay. Big movement, then consolidation, that's the consolidation which turned into the pennant, and then a big move up. So it could have been down, it could have been up. So here it went up and then afterwards went down. So but anyway, so that would have been a good one. So I'm removing this. That's what I'm saying to you. Just wait for something here. Okay, so just waiting time for me. Anyway, that's what I do now. So that was a good trade. Now it's just waiting. What is it going to be next? Okay, so what's it going to give us? So that's all with gold. Of course, if it will be movements, huge movements without any possible entry points, then just to see next level. Okay, if it will go to the next level, maybe slow it down, something between the levels. And at the same time it will jump up again, then see, we have lots of distance here to play, right? Like here, it was no anywhere to draw anything here, but for me, for example, I didn't see anything, but then it just started to create a pennant here, then that's it. And that's what you can do. So that's with gold. Now just a bit waiting time. Okay, so waiting time again for giving something. Okay, pound yen, and once again 1 hour chart. Here's another beautiful pennant for that pair. Again, where it's all happening around the levels. Okay, that was the level where it stopped, where I told you look for anything. So here's your anything, here's your pennant, and that's your entry point. Okay, so buying from here, and well, if you're lucky, you could have possibly get all the way. If not, you could have just get a bit of the movement. Okay, so a bit, just that part of the movement. So anyway, so that's how that moved, and now where it stopped again at important level. Okay, so it's touched it, didn't break it. Okay, so you obviously, if it didn't break it the first time, you would know straight away that it is an important level. Okay, so you can see that it was correct level, important level. That's why everybody started to sell from here. It's dropped, but it started to gain the price back up and back to the same area. So of course now you know that it will be trying to break this level. Okay, so it might be false breakout. So that's why I do not like to straight away do anything around it, sell or buy. Just wait for consolidation. Okay, so I would just wait for consolidation once again. Like I'm saying, yes, maybe missing good trade. Well, maybe not, but maybe a bit more risky. Like here you see, it's just you could do sell, maybe placing this stop somewhere quite high and then just sell straight away. It's a different strategy. Like I don't really like much, but could be useful, but who knows. I do prefer still. Okay, I would wait for consolidation around this level, and of course enough space to go up. Okay, and of course enough space to go down, even if there is a neck or something. Maybe, you know, it will have maybe it will give again triangle or something, or pennant, wherever. But a pattern here could be double top, right? But if it will give a little bit of consolidation, then it could be a nice entry point. At the same time, of course, it could be the neck area. Go to the neck area and then look anything around here as a possible continued way down. But on a bigger picture, in here we do have, you see, it's kind of, I have this level, so it still could look like maybe a bit of the uptrend channel. So of course, that's why I'm saying if you break out this level, going up to the next, of course, you might break all of those levels and go back up inside this channel, okay, and go into here, because after all, it also might look like a big drop, and it could be a bearish flag, right? This is little one in here first, and so, but is a flag, it might still go up and then turn around and who knows, break out somewhere later out in these areas afterwards. So, but at this moment we're just looking at this area, so that's just a bigger picture. Again, I'm just showing to you, so if you haven't seen the previous videos, because I've been pointing out at it before, and but if you haven't, so you see it could be a flag, bearish flag, but inside we're still inside this flag, okay, a possibly flag. So that's why going back to the smaller charts, and you know where all the levels are, what can happen. That's why looking for a bit of consolidation and enough space, pending orders buy. Next level, if some consolidation around this level, pending orders buy, pending orders sell. If here, pending orders sell, then who knows if it will go to the neck area, maybe slowing down, maybe just continue the way. And another option again, if anywhere around here, pending orders sell, pending orders buy. So that's it, small trades you can catch. Okay, so well, that's all guys for this coming week. Of course, if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and happy trading. I'll see you and talk to you next week. Bye everyone.